return. First down, Irrigators from the 36-yard line. First and 10 from the 36. Ferris. Substitutional on the tackle. Adino. Ooh, it's a loss.
Sorry about that. We had a connection error, and now we're back on. Well, just about 5:26 left here in the first half. Timberlake with the second down and 10 coming up as they get to the line of scrimmage. They are coming out of their, 38-yard line. And they go with the I formation and actually flag on the play. Newell's got the football. I apologize about that. Irrigators, John Jackson. And just before the snap, a little motion and a penalty against the Irrigators, going to back them up 5 more yards. So they're going to be 2nd and 15 from their own 31-yard line. I formation in the backfield, slot out to the right side. Jackson gives it off. Big hole opens up in the middle of the line, and it's Ferris. He'll shoot through it and is finally brought down before he can get into the secondary.
Booth on the tackle. Makes it third.
Picks up about penalty yards back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Irrigators. As they get back to the line of scrimmage again, they're going to show the I package in the backfield. Ferris the deep back. Jackson in under center. Takes a snap now. Give it off to the big back, and that's a hard one to bring down. Morgan Stewin. I'm just going to start calling him King Kong. He's a big dude. 4-yard pickup. And he earned every step of that. He drug about 4 tacklers with him. And I tell you what, they're not gonna punt, are they? Well, it looks like maybe Ferris is going to drop back to kick this time. He gets a boot on the ball. It's going to be a low line drive kick, and it'll be down to about the 43-yard line, and the Panther offense will come back out onto the field. 3:58 left here. First half. Again, 76-6. Panthers on top. They'll switch the chains over. Chain gang have been very busy tonight. These guys have earned every penny. Probably a cheeseburger's concession stand is all they make. But, man, oh, man, they've been running up and down the field tonight. Here's Martin in the gun. Motion in the backfield. Handoff this time goes to Lawrence. Lawrence cuts it in, and he's got a nice little run this time. You know, what's seriously sad about this Lawrence is his uncle was a pretty stud running back here at Timberlake High School, and I remember him. So this is almost second generation for me. That's how old I am. Martin in the gun. He's got slots on both sides now, motion in the backfield. He'll take the snap now, give it off, and again, it's Lawrence. Lawrence loses the handle on the ball, but dives on top of it. Short gain on the play. Well, a little bit of a mix-up in the exchange that time.
McGregor on the tackle, minimal gain.
About a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up. Can't say enough about the field conditions here. They have really, really made this football field spectacular. This is a great looking field, and they're still working on it. They're going to put new seating in. They're going to put a new press box in, but they've got a brand new track on it and a gorgeous surface to play on. Swing pass out to the right side, and Matt Jewett was looking downfield before he looked the ball in. So a fourth down coming up, a rare fourth down tonight for Timberlake. Are they going to punt here, or are they going to go for it?
Next week, 7 o'clock. Hardin County Ranchers will be in town.
Field was done last year, and Doug Kraft Memorial Field. And I know a guy that worked on it a little bit. My brother-in-law put the sprinkler system in here. Here's a pass downfield, and it's going to be overthrown, so they'll turn it over on downs. Tummelson Lawn Service put the sprinkler system in here. And Doug Kraft Memorial Field, it is gorgeous. Not to say that you guys didn't have a great field before, but now, man, oh, man. It's going to be an ongoing project. I've heard that another phase is going to be new lights. That'll be really interesting because then you can run track at night here. How about that? That'd be kind of fun. Irrigators come back out, I formation in the backfield. Here's a pitch out on the sweep this time, and it goes to Ferris. Ferris is slowed down and then hit. Pretty good. Chase Lawrence, 5'8", 150-pound Brahma bull, comes up and makes a stick. And one of the Irrigator players is down right now. So an injury on the field gives us a chance to send it back to the studio. 2:04 left here in the first half. 76-6 our score. Timberlake on top. Why don't we take let's take 60 this time. Come right back. You're listening to KYDT Radio. Well, this is the second time we've seen Morgan Stewin down on the field. And I am not sure, but it looks like they're bringing the EMTs in from the far side over there. And first time he was down, they were rubbing his leg and stretching him out like he had cramps. This time they're right on top of a knee. And man, I tell you, this is a huge, huge loss for this Irrigator team. Yeah, the EMTs are coming over from the far side right now. And so they'll be attending him in the middle of the field. We are going to take it back to the studio. Once again, 76-6 our score, 2:04 left here. Timberlake on top, but matter at hand right now, an injury on the field for the Irrigators. Back in 60 seconds again. This is KYDT Radio. Welcome back here. Well, this is the hard part of my job, is to see young men at an injury, and right now they are attending to Stewin as he is in the middle of the field, and they're looking at his right knee or left knee right now, and they're taking a pretty good look at it. The EMS is involved right here, coaches from both sidelines, and the question is right now, is this going to be something that will keep him sidelined for the rest of the season, or is it something that he's going to bounce back from? It looks pretty serious from here. They're going to probably bring out a air splint and protect that knee, and then get him over for some x-rays and an MRI, I would imagine. It's one thing to get beat like they're getting beat right now, but to lose, that's what I said a couple of plays ago about, the nice thing about this, or the only grace in this, is nobody's been hurt. And now I can't say that either. So again, injury timeout. We are going to take it back to the studio and wait for EMS to put his leg in an air splint. And we will be back in 1 minute. Again, 76-6 our score. Timberlake on top, 2:04 left here in the first half. We're going to be back in 60 KYDT Radio. Well, once again, we are awaiting Morgan Stewin to get up, and you're going to hear a big round of applause as they help him up.
A big round of applause for this young gentleman.
And they're going to have to help him off the field. Not able to put weight on his right or left knee at all. And they've got it in a splint right now, and then they're going to take him across the track and maybe move the ambulance around to the other side so it's a little bit closer, and get him to a place where they can get some scans.
At the end of the first quarter, we got it.
And everybody is still trying to figure out a way to get him. They're going to bring a device that's used to take players from the field. This is a very highly technical medical device that they're going to try to pick him up and get him out of here. I guess maybe just going to set him down on the sideline for right now. Actually, it's a folding chair. Well, they're gonna suspend play for a little while the coaches are over there and the EMS is over there. I think what I'm going to do this time, instead of a full break, we're going to take 30 seconds. We'll come back and see if they're going to continue this football game. Again, it's 76-6 with 2:04 left in the first half, and we'll be back in 30 seconds this time right here on KYDT Radio. Well, the Timberlake team has come back out onto the field, and now, well, it looks like Newell and Tyler Bonnet are going to gather at the sideline, and he'll send his team back out there. Well, he's going to take his time here and get everybody gathered up emotionally. This is tough. Being a guy that played a lot of football in his life, I know for a fact that these guys are your brothers. You go to war with them, and you fight for the guy next to you. When one of them goes down, it hits you emotionally. It can do one of two things. It can take you out of your game, or it can really rev you up and make you play tougher. But a lot of them are looking back right now as they take the field. Irrigators football, they're going to have it 2nd down and 6 as we go back to play. I formation in the backfield right behind Jackson, and they're going to hand it off to, this time, Ferris, and Ferris is hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Jace Lawrence in there, and Cooper Lenskov in there as well. 3rd down and 8 coming up as the Irrigators break the huddle, get back to the line of scrimmage. John Jackson is going to come in under center. Now they're going to split backs in the backfield. Little pro set this time as Jackson wants to pass. He looks over the right side and underthrows the intended receiver this time. That's Patrick Hamling out there. So brings up a 4th down now. 4th down and 8 coming up. Play comes in from the sideline. Now they'll break the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage. Jackson comes in with the eye package behind him. 4th down coming up. They're going to go for it. And really bad mix-up in the backfield as Jackson and Ferris slam into each other. Ferris comes out with a football, but he is going to be brought down in the backfield, and that will turn the ball over on downs. Panthers are going to come out. They're going to have it 1st and 10, and right at midfield it looks like. Well, cross midfield to the Irrigator 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Panthers break the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage. I imagine it's going to be Martin bringing him up there. He is the quarterback, and he'll slide in under center. He's got the double wing with a lone setback, and he is going to take a knee. 1:10 left here. Second down coming up and about 11. So victory formation right now for the Panthers as they're going to try to run out the clock with under a minute left here. 53 seconds right now. And Martin is going to come in. He's going to wait for the back judge to start waving his arm, and then he can take the snap and take a knee. And he gets the snap, takes a knee. One more time, and it should be it for this football game. 23 seconds. And, I don't know. We're kind of trying to figure it out up here. If they just take the delay a game penalty, that still will end the football game. Your final score is going to be 76-6.
76-6.
And it is Timberlake with the win. We are going to take it back to the studio, and we'll take a short, quick break. We're going to take 1 minute, and we'll come back. Not a lot of stats to talk about, so stick around in 1 minute here on KYDT Radio. Well, the final score once again, South Dakota Mercy Rule has ended this one at halftime, and 76-6 Timberlake, and Timberlake was dominant tonight in all facets, defensively, offensively, special teams. They had an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They also had a 64-yard touchdown return on a punt. They had a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown. They had a pick six from 12 yards out. They had a punt return of 50 yards for a touchdown. Timberlake on special teams tonight really dominated the ball. And then on offense, of course, Tucker Kraft, man, oh man, what a game he had. He had one from 20 yards out. He had one from 58 yards out. He also had one from 59 yards out. And then on the other side of that, Jace Lawrence, a youngster, had a 12-yard touchdown. He also had a 62-yard touchdown. So just a really dominant performance by Timberlake. And Timberlake will come up against a test next week as they have homecoming coming up next week, and they're going to take on Harding County. Newell, of course, will be in Faith. No, Faith is coming to Newell. I just figured that out. Yeah. So, the injury bug has hit Newell early on here in the season. They've got 3 seniors on the sideline that weren't in uniform tonight, and now tonight they've lost their big fullback. And so they've got a little bit of work to do, and they've got to get everybody healthy and get them back playing again. You know what? It's been a real pleasure for me to help out a friend and do this broadcast for you folks over there in the Belle Fourche area. And I tell you what you need to do next time you get downtown, stop in these businesses and say thank you. Without their generous support, I wouldn't be able to do this game for you. So the next time you're downtown, stop into Wheel In Bait Shop, Arneson Auction Service, Blue Line Diner, Tri-County Lockers, Howdy's, Newmart, Boom Concrete, Newell Ranch Supplies, The Sweetery, and Butte Electric. And I also want to say thank you so much for Katie back at the studio for putting up with me tonight. She is a treasure. And so with that said, I'm Andy Shue, and good night.